So, what's up? Some of you may be surprised to know that this is actually what I look like. Some of you may recall that years ago I actually uploaded a video that actually showed my face. It's been some time since I've actually made a video, and I feel like I should probably explain some stuff, and figured this would probably be like one of the best ways to do it, and it's pretty simple to do. So there's a couple things I want to talk about, like where I've been, what I've been up to, and what's changed since the last time I really made videos like a couple months ago. We're going to start with the first thing being what's changed since then. The big thing being I've moved. Where I used to live before was a small, like 400 square foot apartment, and I lived in a really not so great area. I lived in an area that was considered like high noise pollution, meaning there was a bunch of sound constantly. I literally lived right on a railroad track, so it made it very difficult to record videos because I'd have to wait for trains to go by, and it was like commercial trains, and then things like Amtrak would constantly go by. Made it a pain in the butt to record because I had to just keep waiting for them to go by. Other thing is, I do work somewhere else. I do work more now too. Where I moved now, I moved here to be closer to where I work, and then right as I moved here, where I worked got relocated. And then where I got relocated was closer to where I used to live. But it's fine because where I live now is a 720 square foot apartment with like an actual bedroom. So I have a lot more room, which has resulted in me having to actually get furniture that I didn't have before. Like the couch I'm on right now, and behind the camera is a TV I didn't actually own before. So those are the sort of the big things that's changed. Other thing is, I actually have a significant other now. So there's another person in my life that requires time. That has also contributed to why there isn't so much going on and not as many videos, is I have to pay attention to another person essentially. And then as for what I've been doing, it's working a lot. When I was still making videos before, my responsibility at work wasn't too significant. I was working a lot because I had to cover people that didn't exist. I had lost an entire staff of people I was supposed to have, but it was just me doing a role in the store. Now I run the store essentially, and I have little to no staff. The pandemic has certainly made it difficult to keep people around, and then because of other factors, people just don't want to work. It has made it incredibly frustrating and incredibly taxing on me. I come home overly stressed every day. I come home with no energy every day. And when you have that sort of work environment where you just are just dead by the time you get home, the last thing you want to do when you get home is to then just go and make more videos or spend your energy elsewhere. It's been difficult, essentially, and I've been trying to look at avenues to reduce that, and the main one being seeing what other opportunities I can get elsewhere, places where I would not be stressed as much. That's pretty much it. Most of where I've been has just been working. I have been doing other things between that, like I've been playing some games. I've took a couple trips, did some vacation time to actually utilize any free time I did have. And then I have been working on some projects over the course of this time. I just have scrapped most of them because I felt like they just weren't good enough, or I just didn't feel like it was good. I have a couple scripts still made and typed up completely on my computer that I just haven't done anything with. I have still like one video left that I made the entire script for and recorded some of it, but whether or not it'll come out, I don't know. And then as for why did I stop? Well, I've already mentioned that I was working a fair bit, but that's not the entire reason as to why I stopped. One of the big factors is burnout and feeling like there wasn't a reason to what I was doing. So I've been making Splatoon related videos since 2015 when the game came out. And then over the course of the last couple years, the community has had this really big push for content, which is good because that's how you get the game's identity and player base out there. is by making videos and content and stuff like that. And with this huge push that the community has had to do this, people have started to be like, hey, you should check out these people, or these people have been making videos and this and that. And every discussion that I would see about this sort of stuff, and people would mention me in my videos and how I've been doing this since 2015, I would see people say, oh, his content doesn't count. Oh, his videos don't count. Or they're not real videos. Or it's not Splatoon content. What? I've had multiple instances where people in these sorts of discussions about content creators and people in the Splatoon community who make good videos, and I've seen it multiple times where people refer to me as not a real content creator for the game. And that's been pretty demoralizing to see, quite honestly. I know there's still quite a few people that watch the videos. I have videos that have tens of thousands of views. But it's really demoralizing to have all that time put in for years at this point for people to say that you're not real or you're not making real content. And that's just been sort of demoralizing to have all that time and all the effort and all that stuff put in, and then nobody cares. And then to have that sort of mindset where people don't consider your stuff real content, and then trying to find time between the stress and the work and the anxiety to actually make the stuff that people aren't considering real, it's, I mean, would most of you consider that fair? Would a lot of you be doing stuff like this if most people in the community that you're making content for don't consider you a part of the community and wouldn't consider your content real? That's really it. It's been demoralizing, honestly, and I've been working with other people. There's been some other content creators I've worked with in the Splatoon community to make stuff, and they've continued to go on. And people, their content's doing good, they're doing well, and I'm super appreciative of that. And I like seeing those people get the recognition they deserve. It's just been depressing, honestly, to see the reaction to my stuff from people in the community itself and the competitive side, and these people all pushing for this stuff to write me off and consider me not real. And that's pretty much why I stopped, is I was putting in all these effort and making all these videos and working between what little time I had for a community that didn't appreciate what I was doing. That's the biggest factor as to why I stopped, is that I just felt demoralized from all of that. Now, will I continue to make stuff? Probably. It's just right now there really isn't too much I can think of to make. We have the next game coming at some point next year. I'll probably continue for that. As for Splatoon 2, I really don't know what else to do. Almost every sort of ground I want to cover, I've either already covered or somebody else is covering it for me. So I'm just at a loss as to what to do. And that's pretty much the big factor, is I just don't know what to do at this point. There is still one big project that I've been working on that's going to come out. That's still happening. There's still at least one more Splatoon 2 related thing coming out. But as for anything else, I don't know. I'm completely open to suggestions. If people have things they want to see or want me to talk about, feel free to leave it. It's just that right now, I don't know if I can promise anything happening just because of my situation. Going forward, my future plans are to, one, try to find a situation where I'm not constantly stressed coming home, and then two, in a couple months or so, I'm going to be moving again, ideally, with the plan being that I'll actually get a house and not just live in an apartment like this. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, it's been months. I apologize for the people who have been wanting some of my videos. I've had some people reach out to me saying, like, what happened? Where you been? And I feel bad, but at the same time, it's like, do I like I said earlier, it's like, do I put in the work for a community that doesn't acknowledge my work? And that's been sort of what's been pushing me back and forth is, do I put in all this effort for people who don't care about the effort I put in? But yeah, that's pretty much it. I do appreciate everybody who has stuck around. I do still see that I haven't lost like all of my subs during this time, so I appreciate the people that have been willing to stick around. And yeah, going forward there will be something. I haven't completely set on what that something is, but there will definitely be something going forward. If anyone has any suggestions, feel free to leave them below. And I would really appreciate continued support. Yeah, that's it. I want to thank everyone for watching this. This is definitely not something I do. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching.